Hiya, I'm wafflesoup, and this is Timespinner, a Metroidvania made mostly by one developer, LunarRayGames. And joining me is LunarRayGames.
Hello.
And TriumphantBass, who has done work on the randomizer.
Yep, hello.
So yeah, we're going to be doing New Game plus Glitchless. So we're going to start a new run on this special save file using it has a developer speedrun mode they've added. We're going to be Nightmare mode level 255 at max level, so we kill everything in one hit, and we go very fast. So countdown, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, we start with all of the orbs, spells, and rings. We get a couple items in our inventory, warp shards to help get around later. And we start with the horizontal dash, so I do not have to do the movement tech that hurts when you do the normal run.
Yeah, we'll take one of these spells right here and jump ahead with this barrier and snag this key card that you wouldn't get till the late game.
Yeah, that light wall lets us get vertical where we're not supposed to quite yet.
You might notice that Waffle is bunny hopping over slopes, and that is because I made it so that slopes slow you down a little bit so that it looks right when you're walking up them. So it's good to avoid the slopes if you want to go fast.
And up here we have the part of the titular item in this game, the Timespinner. We have the wheel, so now we can stop time with a button and make some platforms and some other fun mechanics.
Yeah, we stop time to get enemies out of the way, turn them into platforms, just don't want to deal with them. So, nice mechanic. And we are approaching the first boss here.
Boots.
Yep, known as Boots. That is the name of the actual cat that was the voice actor for it. We don't get to hear it because we kill everything in one hit, but...
Sadness.
Yeah, Boots was a wonderful cat and was very vocal. And anytime he wanted to go out, he would stand by a door and he would meow. So we locked him in the bathroom with a microphone, and we got some great audio.
Love method acting. And we're just going to use that key card to quickly pass by the library and on to our next destination.
Yeah, so we're gonna climb up this Varnagroth tower here. Now would probably be a good time if we have any donations.
Yeah, so real quick, first of all, I thought I'd mention that, the Familiar Bid War did raise over $1,400 for MSF. Ooh. So you've got that Merchant Crow on the screen there. Thanks to all that, everyone. And, we ask for your donations and we thank you for them so often, but just a little recognition I thought would go a long way there. And then, of course, we do have a bid war currently open, the Regicide versus Patricide one. That one's currently raised over $4,000. And they're saying it's going to be Regicide. I'm hearing Regicide, but as far as the dollar vote goes, currently a little bit in the lead, but there is still time to change that. Anyway, one quick comment for you. Here's $174 donation from Anonymous saying, "Time keeps on spinning, spinning." Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We stop time there just so that item pop-up doesn't bother me as I'm falling. And we're gonna go down here and grab this warp gate so we can come back here 2 more times during the run, actually. And go. all the way up to the top and deal with the next boss of Varndekroth.
And one of the rare times we'll see this loadout with the eye orb of just positioning works a bit better with this boss to kind of boomerang it with how it spawns
Eye
in
versus
here.
eye.
Yep, eye versus eye.
Yep. And right before we killed them, we picked up the Timespinner spindle as well. So now that we have the wheel and the spindle, we can fully control the Timespinner, absolutely.
Fully.
And go back in time. And there just happens to be a Timespinner at the top of this tower. How convenient.
And here we go.
Skip all these cutscenes. But what happens when you go back in time at the top of a tower and there wasn't a tower in the past?
I should have thought that one through.
Yeah, that one hurt. Thankfully, we get rescued by Nell.
Our future girlfriend from the past.
Yep. Don't think about it too hard.
And we're going left, though the bosses we want right now are to the right because we want to get fast travel to make this whole run faster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of surprisingly precise jumps to avoid slopes here.
And our next boss, Noah. that wasn't it. As much as we joke. Okay, our real boss, the Azure Queen, should be coming up in a couple rooms here.
Yeah, and like most bosses, we either hit them with a hammer or shoot them with a gun.
Bird's weak against gun.
Yes. And we'll pick up the Twin Pyramid Key, the fast travel item, and blink and you miss it. There was an incubus and a succubus at the start of that cutscene as well. We're going to go pay them a visit, so. It is a little bit of a trip to their castle, though, so if you've got any other donations or anything like that, now would be a time.
Oh yeah, I'll jump in here with a $50 donation from Leftmost Cat saying, getting my donation in at the start of the run because once it gets in gear, there isn't much time to absorb all that's happening. Timespinner is a wonderful game with a great community, and I always love seeing to what lengths Waffle will go to avoid regret chest. Break a spindle.
Thanks, Left.
I have $10 here from The Satellite saying, Waffle, your growth has been amazing to watch, and I'm glad to know you as a friend. Put this toward Regicide. Speaking of the bid war, Regicide in the lead about $2,500 versus Patricide's $1,500 approximately.
Thanks, Sat.
Probably time for one more.
All right. I've got $10 here from Dr. Lena saying, I backed Timespinner way back when, and I'm thrilled to see it on the GDQ stage.
Thanks, Dr. Lena.
Quick zone change. We are now in the castle. We're going to head up to rendezvous with those twins we just saw a second ago. Just jumping past all those stairs in the background there.
More time stop, turning enemies into platforms.
It's a really good vertical leap.
It's about to get better.
Spoilers.
So,
And the golden idol
Bye-bye.
controlling them.
so from the succubus and incubus, we picked up the succubus's hairpin. That item allows us to double jump, because it wouldn't be a Metroidvania if it didn't have a double jump.
Correct.
Double jump's so good.
And this tower does have another boss heading up at the very top. We'll get to her in a minute.
This is probably my favorite room in the run, though. The scythe rings around the orbs just line up perfectly. You don't have to do anything. You just run through all 5 of those enemies.
Yeah, normally they do scratch damage, but again, we're level 255, so everything just dies. Light wall is nice there, so you don't have to run all the way around this tower. You can really skip to the end here. And Alana here,
Gun.
also weak to gun.
All right. Use our first warp shard to go back to the last warp gate we were in, and we can travel to any other one, including the one we picked up earlier. There's one more boss that we need to kill in the past, but they're underwater, the Lake Serene area. So we need to go to the present first and find ourselves a way to get down there. Do some more bunny hopping through
So
these
it's
slimes.
very satisfying, that little zigzag jump there. And the cute little shodels, I love that enemy design.
This room, we pick up the water mask item, and it also has a warp shard in it. So I just need to press start, and it's just automatically selected, which is very nice for the menuing.
So now we can breathe underwater and dive down.
Get a little bit of air, because we move slightly slower underwater as well, so.
Yeah, especially just the vertical. The dash does help a lot on the side to side. You can also see here the past and present are based on the same map, so that when we saw that skeleton earlier, that was the equivalent cave entrance.
All right, using the switching loadouts and then switching back there so the scythe rings line up and kill those mushrooms without me needing to attack them is a tiny optimization I recently started doing. I think it's worth it.
Yeah, which is really nice there because those mushroom towers on touch or their attack will poison you, and while that can't kill outright, it is percentage based and very annoying.
Just time stop and jump over these giant snail shells.
Coming up on our next boss, the Maw of Asmodeus. This one has a neat little cheese spot where you can hide and not take any damage, but that's completely irrelevant here because everything is just one hit. Again, weak to gun. And with all those bosses in the past defeated. The lasers in the present just weren't funded as well, so we're going to proceed through the military hangar. And I love this theme.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite track in the game, but every single song in this game is amazing. Shoutouts to Jeff Ball for all the work he did, and I'm excited that he is going to be working on the sequel.
Timespinner 2, Unwoven Dream, wishlist.
Yes, wishlist Timespinner 2 on Steam.
Yes, we're getting your pitch done for you, Bodhi.
Thanks.
All right, so we're into the lab, getting a little bit more futuristic than what we've seen before. And we'll use some light walls in some creative ways to save some time. Yep, that's exactly how that's supposed to go. I don't think that's enough room either. There we go. Yep.
There, nice. Yeah, normally you'd have to kind of snake around this room and do a bunch of time stop off that falling trash, but we've got light wall, so we can just skip past that. And the eye powering the lab, we just have weird eyes everywhere. It's great.
Yeah. So now the power's shut off. Some of the experiments are out and running around. If we touch any of those, we'll get the chaos status condition that drains the sand that we use to stop time. So kind of want to avoid those enemies as well.
Coming up on yet another boss, Ginza, who runs this lab. Shapeshifter, as we'll see in a moment.
Transforms into our mom because he's a jerk. And we've picked up the security key card A, the highest level of security key card. We can now get into the latest areas of the game and pick up the 3 Timespinner gears that we need to get the true ending, which is what we go for on this category.
Yeah, because if we had just wanted an ending, we would have proceeded past that gate to the top of that tower there. Spider Hell.
Yeah, those Hellgazer enemies are annoying. The laser beams are completely impassable, and they're immune to time stops, so you have to kill them. Not bad in this speedrun, but in the regular playthrough.
Yeah, it's worth noting on the impassable, like they will knock you back even if you are invulnerable, which is what makes them so annoying compared to literally everyone else. So yeah, 3rd Spider Hell, right? That's next.
No. We're going to go through the sealed caves, which is going to look a little similar, but the enemies are a little bit tougher and more poisonous and stuff. But it's about the same, so now would be another good time for donations.
Though, just to add in real quick, probably lock in the incentive by the end of this.
Yes.
You bet. Yeah. Looking like it's regicide, but I will give you one more update after I read a couple donations. Here's $25 from Mikey Met. Woo! Go Waffle Soup. Spin those times for GDQ. And also from LunarRayGames. Here's a $500 donation. LunarRay's comment. Go Waffle, go. Oh, and don't forget to wishlist Timespinner 2.
Thanks, Mikey. Thanks, Bodhi.
And then $50 here from Claris Sirion, saying, Dev here, I was one of the writers for this wonderful game. Love seeing Timespinner back at GDQ, especially with LunarRayGames on the couch. This project was a joy and an honor to work on. Since the Merchant Crow won, correct decision, chat, I'll put the donation toward Patricide to keep things interesting. Good luck, Waffle Soup, on the run. Oh, and one last thing, trans rights.
Trans rights.
Thank you, Claris.
All right, yes, I do need to know the donation.
All right, it has closed and it will be regicide with over
cool.
$2,600 raised.
Voltaris, pink on the right.
Thank you. I messed that up a couple times in practice.
Honorable mention to Patricide at $1,597. Thank you.
All right, so I'm just gonna
Okay, go to the past and kill another boss. No repercussions here.
Yeah, way in the past, so everything's fine. Oh, we've destroyed time. I'm just gonna put myself in light wall jail, think about what I've done. All right. So we've completely destroyed time. We are now in the Ancient Pyramid, the final zone of the game. The Sandman god is not happy with us. And we're gonna go say hi to him. I do like to joke that this run is like 20 minutes of tight movement and one trick at the end. And we are approaching the one trick in like 2 rooms from now, so just want to point that out. After we climb some very long stairs.
Yeah, as we were talking about at the very start of this run, how slopes slow you down. There's a lot of slopes in this zone.
But yeah, so we use a light wall here and grab it and jump to not fall down that giant pit where you're supposed to pick up an infinite vertical item instead.
Yeah, because not only do you fall down the pit, you have to like go through a bunch of corridors, climb back up, and like snake back. Like it's a whole ordeal.
Yeah. So yeah, we are approaching the final boss here. It's supposed to be 3 phases. We do it in 2 phases instead. So time is coming up.
Animation coming up here.
Yeah, no.
Yep, that's definitely what that fight is supposed to look like. That's totally normal. And time.
Exclamation points in chat.
Yes, exclamation points in chat, because the first thing that happens after you defeat God and ascend to godhood is exclamation point.
Like you do.
Yep, absolutely.
That's how I'd react.
Yeah, so this was Timespinner. It is absolutely my favorite game. And I just want to say thank you to GDQ for having me. Thank you for Frame Fatals for encouraging me. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. If you're at all interested in this game, check it out. Join the Discord. It has a wonderful randomizer that has archipelago support even. So multi-worlds. And thank you to anyone who's worked on the rando. Thank you, Bodhi. Thank you, LunarRayGames. Thank you to the other speedrunners that have inspired me, Ducky and Winfei. And a personal shout out to Sarah, Kiva, and Ariel. Anything from you?
I was going to, also shout out Timespinner Randomizer. Thank you, Yarno, Wef, and everyone else who's worked on that. It's been great working on that. And Bodhi, I'm sure you'll say your thing. So. The hashtag.
Right. Great job, Waffle, and hashtag wishlist Timespinner too.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Oh, thank you.